Hey y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. There's going to be quite a few book hauls coming. Today it's just going to be one particular focused type of book haul because Amazon had two sales recently. One where you got $5 off 20, and I only got a few for that one, but then they had buy 3 for the price of 2, and I got quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and get started. I was cold, but now I'm not. I love middle grade books with food and magic, so just add magic. Looks like a Cindy Callaghan. First book, Ocean Problems. And I'm gonna go kind of fast since there's so many. All it says on the back is, mix together 3 12-year-old girls in one mysterious old recipe book. What do you get? A secret cooking club with a touch of magic. When Kelly Quinn and her 2 BFFs discover a dusty old cookbook while cleaning out an attic, the girls decide to try a few of the mysterious recipes that are inside. Oh, that sounds incredible. I don't really need to know anymore. Very excited. I got this. It looks so cute. Crashing in Love by Jennifer Richard Jacobson. Ever since her parents divorced, almost 13-year-old Creighton has known that to achieve happier outcomes in her own life, she's got to focus on eliminating her flaws. Why wouldn't perfection be a reasonable goal? And maybe this summer will be the perfect summer, complete with the perfect boyfriend. But when Peyton discovers a boy lying unconscious in the middle of the road, the victim of a hit and run, her perfect summer takes a dramatic turn. Determined to find the driver responsible, Peyton divides her time between searching for clues and visiting the comatose boy in the hospital. When he wakes up, will he prove to be her destiny, or does life have a few more surprises in store? That just sounds so interesting and different. So excited and cute. And I've wanted these forever, so when they were included in the sale, I was so happy. The first book is Gone Away Lake, and they're by Elizabeth Enright. And I think these are by the same illustrator that did the original Harry Potter books, I think. Or one of the Harry Potter book editions. And this first book is a Newbery Honor book. And the second book is called Return to Gone Away. Summer has a magic all of its own. When Portia sets out for a visit with her cousin Julian, she expects fun and adventure, but of the usual kind. Exploring in the woods near Julian's house, collecting stones and bugs, playing games throughout the long lazy days. But this summer is different. On their first day exploring, Portia and Julian discover an enormous boulder with a mysterious message, a swamp choked with reeds and quicksand, and on the far side of the swamp, a ghost town. Once upon a time, the swamp was a splendid lake, and the fallen houses along its shore an elegant resort community. But though the lake is long gone and the resort faded away, the houses still hold a secret life. 2 people who have never left Gone Away, and who can tell the story of what happened there. That sounds so good. Illustrations like this throughout. Can't wait. We got Me, Frida, and the Secret of the Peacock Ring. Angela Cervantes. Paloma Marquez is traveling to Mexico City, birthplace of her deceased father, for the very first time. She's hoping that spending time in Mexico will help her unlock memories of the 2 brief time they spent together. While in Mexico, Paloma meets Lizzie and Gail, who present her with an irresistible challenge. The siblings want her to help them find a valuable ring that once belonged to beloved Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. Finding the ring means a big reward and the thanks of all of Mexico. But what better way to honor her father than returning a priceless piece of jewelry that once belonged to his favorite artist? But the brother and sister have a secret. Do they really want to return the ring, or are they after something else entirely? So that sounds like something different, and I'm excited to read it. Absolutely Normal Chaos by Sharon Creech. Mary Lou Finney is less than excited about her assignment to keep a journal over the summer. Boring. Then cousin Carl Ray comes to stay with her family, and what starts out as the dull dog days of summer quickly turns into the wildest roller coaster ride of all time. How is Mary Lou supposed to know what would happen with Carl Ray and the ring? Or with her boy-crazy best friend Beth Ann? Or with Cy, the permanently pink Alex Chivy? Suddenly, a boring school project becomes a record of the most exciting, incredible, unbelievable summer of Mary Lou's life. But what if her teacher actually does read her journal? That sounds so great. I'm so excited for that. Can't wait to finally read something by her. I have so many of her books. I got a graphic novel, Amethyst, Princess of Gem World by Shannon, Hale, and Dean Hale. And it's just a short graphic novel. Amaya, Princess of House Amethyst of Gem World, is something of a troublemaker. She and her brother have great fun until a magical prank goes much too far and her parents ground her. To Earth. They hope a whole week in the mundane world will teach her that magic is a privilege, and maybe washing dishes by hand will help her realize the palace servants should be respected. 3 years later, Amy has settled into middle school and ordinary life. She doesn't remember any other home. So when a prince of the realm brings her home and restores her magical destiny, how will she cope? That just sounds so interesting and unique. I've never read anything quite like that, I don't think. So I'm excited. And I got The Collected by K.R. Alexander. I had got his newest release, and so you'll see in another book haul I found the first book in this, The Collector, for $1. So since this was in the sale, I went ahead and picked it up since it's the sequel. I'm not going to read the synopsis since this is the sequel, but in that other book haul I will read the synopsis of the first book. But I love a good scary or mystery, horror, whatever, middle grade, so excited. I got a crime-solving cousins mystery trilogy. The first book is The Feather Chase. Is The Treasure Key. The third book is The Chocolate Spy. I love a good mystery middle grade. 12-year-old cousins Sophie and Jessica don't have much in common. Sophie loves hiking in her small town. Jessica would rather be shopping in a city. The only mystery is how they'll be able to spend the summer together. Then they find a briefcase in the forest with a surprise inside. When they hear footsteps behind them and bad guys run after them, they have no choice but to work together to solve the mystery of the Feather Chase. Love a good cousin story, mystery. Excited. And then 2 graphic novels I have been wanting forever. I was so glad they were in on the sale. The first one, they're by Hope Larson. The first one is called Compass South. The second one is Knife's Edge. New York City, 1860. When their father goes missing, 12-year-old twins Alexander and Cleopatra Dodge join in the Black Hook Gang. Soon after, Alex is arrested for burglary, but the twins cut a deal with the police chief and leave town to start a new life. They assume different identities, but upon their arrival in New Orleans, they find even more trouble. Alex is separated from his sister and pressed into service on a ship bound for San Francisco, and Cleo, hoping to meet him at the end of his journey, stows away on a steamer ship. What neither twins realize is that they hold the keys to a lost pirate treasure, and the pirates want their treasure back. Pursued by the bloodthirsty Captain Felix Worley and Luther, vengeful leader of the Black Hook Gang, Alex and Cleo must survive a series of harrowing adventures if they're ever going to see each other or their father again. So excited to finally have these. And the art is beautiful. Can't wait. Another one I've been wanting forever is The Scrap City by D.S. Thornton. And this is a naked hardback, no dust jacket. Absolutely beautiful. It's a thick one. 11-year-old Jerome Barnes isn't expecting to find anything interesting in Crazy Wild Willie's junkyard, but then he discovers Archie. Archie is a scrapper, a person made of old odds and ends come to life. And what's more, there's a whole city full of scrappers right beneath Jerome's town. Jerome and Archie quickly become good friends, and for the first time since his mom and younger brother's mysterious death, Jerome feels happy and loved. So when danger threatens to destroy Scrap City and all of its citizens, Jerome knows he must protect his new friends. But will he risk everything? His safety, his dad's job, the town's livelihood, all for Archie and the scrappers? So excited to finally have it. We have Dragon Run by Patrick Matthews. I love a good dragon story. Oh, and also, I think this is the second book to that, even though it doesn't say it. So, Dragon Run is the first book, and then The Boy with the Sword. Give it a second. So, I'm excited that they were both in the sale. Created by dragons. That's the truth that Al has known all his life. The 5 mortal races were created by dragons to gather magic. Since then, the dragons have ruled the world, branding mortals according to their worth, shaping their societies, even training a lucky few to handle magic themselves. Now testing day is here, the day where Al will be assigned his place in the world. He'll learn his rank and have the number carved into the back of his neck, and if his rank is high enough, he'll have everything he's ever wanted. But Al is in for the shock of his life. By the time testing day is over, he will be shunned, and targeted by ruthless assassins known as Cullers. With no magic, little money, and a sword he's not entirely sure how to use, Al must escape into the wilderness, beginning a journey that will lead him to strange new friends, brutal enemies, and a terrifying truth about the dragon overlords. It's one boy against the world and some fearsome beasts in this fun fantasy adventure. Well, that sounds incredible. Excited. I got Noah Green Saves the World by Laura Tophler Corey. Noah was hoping to go to film camp this summer, but instead he's being sent to Camp Chala, where his parents want him to make some real friends. Noah's grandfather has other plans for him, though. Pops, who claims he used to be a secret agent, says he needs Noah's help on a mission to save the world. As Noah and his bunkmates uncover mysterious goings-on at Camp Chala, Noah starts to suspect that they're connected to Pop's mission. But what are the chances that Noah can finish filming his magnum opus, earn the friendship of his fellow campers, and save the whole world just in a few weeks? That sounds... I'm so intrigued by that. Through. Excited. Another one I've been wanting forever, so I was so happy to see it was on the sale. Jane of Lantern Hill by L.M. Montgomery. Jane and her mother live in a gloomy old mansion where their lives are ruled by her overbearing grandmother. Jane has always believed that her father is dead. Then one dull April morning, a letter comes. Not only is father alive and well, but he wants Jane to spend the summer with him on Prince Edward Island. For a blissful summer, she lives at her father's cottage on Lantern Hill, making friends, having adventures, and discovering that life can be wonderful after all. And she dares to dream that there could be such a house where she and her parents could live together without grandmother's disapproval, a house that could be called her own. So I'm very excited to finally have this. Another one I've been wanting for a while, A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. 14-year-old Mona isn't like the wizards charged with defending the city. She can't control lightning or speak to water. Her familiar is a sourdough starter, and her magic only works on bread. She has a comfortable life in her aunt's bakery making gingerbread men dance. But Mona's life is turned upside down when she finds a dead body on the bakery floor. An assassin is stalking the streets of Mona City, preying on magic folk, and it appears that Mona is his next target. And in an embattled city suddenly bereft of wizards, the assassin may be the least of Mona's worries. Sounds like a darker upper middle grade. There's food, wizards, magic, assassins. Yes, please. Another one I've been wanting for so long. I don't even care that the paperback was on the sale and not the hardback of the first one. I'm starting to get over all that. But I got... The first book is The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. And these are by Alexandra Bracken. And book The Last Life of Prince Alistair. Prosper is the only unexceptional Redding in his old and storied family history. That is until he discovers the demon living inside him. Turns out Prosper's great something grandfather made, and then broke, a contract with a malefactor, a demon who exchanges fortune for external servitude. And weirdly enough, 1800-year-old Alistair isn't exactly the forgiving type. The fiend has reawakened with one purpose, to destroy the family whose success he ensured and who then betrayed him. With only days to break the curse and banished Alistair back to the demon realm, Prosper is playing unwillingly host to the fiend, who delights in tormenting him with nasty insults and constant attempts to trick him into a contract. Yeah, Prosper will take his afterlife without a sight of eternal servitude, thanks. Little does Prosper know, the malefactor's control over his body grows stronger with each passing night, and there's a lot Alistair isn't telling his dim-witted, but admirably strong-willed human host. So intrigued. So happy to finally have them. Okay. And then the next are some books that I don't have all of the books in the series. I love how they put some books in a series on the sale, but not all of the books. But this is book 1 and 2 in the Mastermind Academy series. The first book is The Silver Strand and The Silver Chains, are by L.J. Clarkson. Ever since 12-year-old Isabel Tresden's silver strand of hair sprouted, it's been nothing but trouble, bleeding pink dust and sparking like a firecracker. Refusing to be known as a girl with a freaky grandma hair, she wishes it never grew and the hair withers and tarnishes. The only problem is the strand is Isabel's source of magic, and she can transport particles of energy in her matter. It's also her ticket into Mastermind Academy, a secret school inside the Hollow Earth. 5 days remain before the strand drains her magic and life, forcing Isabel into a deal with 2 trickster masterminds to save it. But what she doesn't count on is that there is more to stake than just her life. Very intrigued. It's a fantastic synopsis. So excited. And then book 3 of this, I think, 5-book series was the only one on sale, and I've been wanting these forever. So I'm not going to read the synopsis since it is the 3rd book, but it's the Dragon Defender series, and this is book 3, The Unfamiliar Place. And these just sound so incredible. Hopefully I'll be able to get the rest. And this is by James Russell. So excited to have one of them. And only the first book of this series was on the sale, and it's a Newbery Honor book. And it's The Headless Cupid by Zilpha Keatley Snyder. I hate when they use a font that's hard to read, an already difficult name to say. I think I said Headless Cupid. This is the first book. When the 4 Stanley children meet Amanda, their new stepsister, they're amazed to learn that she studies witchcraft. They're stunned to see her dressed in a strange costume, carrying a pet crow, and surrounded by a pile of books about the supernatural. It's not long before Amanda promises to give witchcraft lessons to David, Jamie, and the twins. But that's when strange things start happening in their old house. David suspects Amanda of causing mischief until they learn that the house really was haunted a long time ago. Legend is that a ghost cut the head off a wooden cupid on the stairway. Has the ghost returned to strike again? So I've been wanting this whole series for a while, so I'm excited at least the first book was on the sale. And then we have a graphic novel where books 1 through 3 and then book 6 were on the sale, but not 4 and 5. The Cleopatra in Space graphic novel series. Book 1 is Target Practice. Book 2 is The Thief and the Sword. 3, Cleopatra in Space. Book 6, Queen of the Nile. When a young Cleopatra, yes, that Cleopatra, finds a mysterious tablet that zaps her to the far, really far future, she learns of an ancient prophecy that says she is destined to save the galaxy from the tyrannical rule of the evil Gaius Octavian. She enrolls in Yasaro Academy, a high-tech school with classes like algebra, biology, alien languages, which Cleo could do without, and combat training, which is more Cleo's style. With help from her teacher, Kinsu, and new friends, Cleo learns what it takes to be a great leader, all while trying to figure out how she's going to get her homework done, make friends, and avoid detention. Beautiful art. So excited to have most of the series. And then books 1 and 5 of this series were on sale. It's the Chronicles of Frida. I think I'm saying that right. First book is the Book of 3. 5 has The High King. And these are by Lloyd Alexander. Taryn is bored with his assistant pig-keeper duties, even though his charge is none other than Henwin, Priden's own oracular pig. He'd rather be doing something more heroic, like making swords and learning to use them. When Henwin escapes and Taryn goes after her, he finds himself further from home than he's ever seen. Soon he begins to realize that heroism is no easy task. With the dreaded Horn King on the loose, and King Heroin gathering the forces of evil, Taryn must look past his own dreams to warn the population of Priden before it's too late. I wanted these for a long time, so at least I got 2 of them on the sale. And then book 1, and I think this is book 2, we're on the sale of Wolves of Willoughby Chase series by Joan Aiken, and I've heard incredible things by her. This is the first book. This is the second book, Black Hearts and Bittersea. Wicked wolves without and a grim governess within threaten Bonnie and her cousin Sylvia when Bonnie's parents leave Willoughby Chase for a sea voyage. Left in the care of the cruel Miss Slycart, the girls can hardly believe what is happening to their lovely once happy home. The servants are dismissed, the furniture is sold, and dressed in rags, Bonnie and Sylvia are sent to a prison-like school for orphans. It seems as if the endless hours of drudgery will never cease. With the help of Simon, the goose boy, and his flock, they escape. But where will they go? And how will they ever free Willoughby Chase from the clutches of the evil Miss Slycart? I have so many books from this author, so I'm excited to finally read something. Illustrations, so excited. There's 2 and 3 in this series. I can't remember which order, but the whole series, of course, wasn't. And this one is a Newbery Honor book, The Dark Rising. The Dark is Rising, and this is the Dark is Rising sequence series by Susan Cooper. Oversea Under Stone. So I'm excited that I got 2 of the books, at least, because they sound incredible, and I've been wanting them for a while, and I love these covers of these editions. And then it was Monster Missions by Laura Martin, I think it was, that I read by her, and I loved. And so, and this duology, this is book 1, was in the sale, but not book 2, but I ordered book 2 from somewhere else. But Edge of Extinction, The Ark Plan by Laura Martin. This is the first book. 150 years ago, the first dinosaurs were cloned and then nearly wiped out of the human race. The only way to survive was to move underground. 5 years ago, Sky Mundy's father mysteriously disappeared from North Compound, one of 4 facilities where the last of humanity has been trying to rebuild, leaving her all alone. Yesterday, Sky found a message from him saying the fate of the world depends on Sky delivering a package to someone above ground, but no one can survive above ground. Now, Sky is going anyway, with her best friend, Sharon, in tow. She will try to fulfill her father's impossible request. As Sky ventures topside into a lost world ruled by dinosaurs, she will discover it's just as dangerous as she always feared, but it's nothing like she had ever expected. I'm excited to read more from her. And then the first book was in the sale, but not the second, but I ordered the second somewhere else. Goblins in the Castle by Bruce Covell. Toad in a Cage Castle is filled with secrets. Secrets like the hidden passages that led between rooms, the long stairway that wound down to the dungeon, and the weird creature named Igor who lived there. But it was the mysterious night noises that bothered William the most. The strange moans that drifted through the halls of the castle where he was raised. William wanted to know who or what was making those noises. Then one night, he found out. Beautiful illustrations sprinkled throughout, too. Excited. I don't want these for so long. And then lastly, I think this is the second book, so I'm not going to read the synopsis, but I want these for so long. And one of the books, I think it's a trilogy, but I'm not really sure. The Notebooks of a Middle School Princess series. This is Royal Wedding Disaster by Meg Cabot. So I got one of the books in the series, and I ordered the other ones from somewhere else. Illustrations throughout. I did finally start getting this series. Been wanting them for so long. I love these covers, and they sound amazing. Look at the little doggy. So excited. And then I got one more book, but I'm gonna include it in another video for something else I'm doing. So that's all for the Amazon book haul that I got during 2 of Amazon sales. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that. And I will see y'all in my next video.